What's going on, guys? My name is Lubcubs and welcome back to another video on the channel. Guys, today we are doing another data pack creation, but this time we're going to let AI make it. AI is taking the world by storm. Soon enough, Skynet is going to take over, but until then, let's ask AI how to make a data pack, and let's just start off easy. Let's ask it to make us a boomerang. That should be super easy to make, and I have made many of them in my time on Minecraft, so I just want a boomerang that shoots off straight and then curves around and comes back to me. That's it. ChatGPT is unable to actually make us textures, art, 3D models, anything like that. So I'll be generous and I'll make a boomerang first before I even try to ask it to make us a data pack. Let's start off with a 16 by 16 image. Let's add the stripped oak wood texture just because it gives us a bit more detail. I'm going to do the outline of the boomerang. Let's go for something like this. I don't know how many to go up. Actually, let me start it over a bit more so that way I have the space to do this. So let's go to there. I don't know how far up to go here. Wonderful. Now we have the basic shape in it. I just want to add a little bit of detail, maybe like a diamond core or something like that. So this is close to diamond color, right? Yeah, let's go for that. And let's go for maybe a basic shape like that. We definitely need some more texture in here, so let me throw some whiter on here. Set the opacity down quite a bit, and I can just add a whole bunch of this in. Ooh, actually, I like that too. Add a little bit more to the sides there. Not too much. No, that looked good. There, I like that. I need to do a little bit more blue because I think I took away some of the diamond look from it. And let's just kind of make it a little bit darker. There we go. There is our boomerang. All right, I will save that texture. Let's add it to my boomerang resource pack folder. Make sure I actually name it properly. And now we're going to import this into Blockbench. Import the extruded texture, navigate to our folder, and just import it. We're going to scan the areas, and there is our boomerang, the 3D model. And this allows me to actually hold it or position it where I want to hold it in my hand. Just because I have a feeling I'm going to need to put it on an armor stand head to get the throwing animation. Let's do a small armor stand. Make it lay down on the ground. And there is our boomerang. Now let's go talk to ChatGPT. All right, let's start off with the first question. Can you make data packs in Minecraft? All right, so it says you can create data packs. It tells you how to create a data pack, sort of. It says create a new folder with the name of your data pack. Inside the root folder, create your data folder with your namespace and your functions, but it doesn't tell you what to put in the functions because I haven't given it any kind of idea what kind of data pack we want to make. Inside the data namespace folder, we can create subfolders such as advancements, functions, loot tables. This is all correct information. We can even do recipes. That is true. We just can't do custom MPT recipes yet, hopefully. That will be something we can do soon. Edit the JSON. Edit the JSON. What JSON? We haven't created any JSON files. There we go. Once you have created and edited the JSON files, you can package the data pack by compressing it into a zip folder. It doesn't need to be a zip folder. And it is important to note that creating data packs requires a good understanding of Minecraft commands, JSON syntax, and game mechanics. It's recommended to refer to official documentation or community resources for more detailed instructions and examples when creating custom data packs. Very, very true. But I'm jumping right into this. I'm pretending I don't know anything. I want you to help me, ChatGPT. All right, I have asked, can you tell me how to make a boomerang data pack in Minecraft? What code will I need? Let's go through this step by step. Certainly, creating a boomerang data pack in Minecraft involves a combination of custom items, functions, and advancements. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to make a basic boomerang data pack. Step 1. Set up the data pack structure. Create a new folder with the name of your data pack, such as boomerang data pack, inside the root folder. All right, let's do what it tells us to do. It also wants me to do a stick with custom model data 1. So I'll come back into my resource pack folder here and change this from carrot on stick, which is typically what I use for right click detection, and we're just going to do a stick. And we're going to give it custom model data 1 for boomerang. Perfect. If you haven't seen my past Datapack creation videos, I am going to be using MC build just to kind of make it easy on us. So I have this MC file here, and I'm just going to have my load and tick file ready to go inside of this one file to keep it easy for recording. So step 1, set up the Datapack structure. We need a folder with functions, and then we need Minecraft tags function. Okay, this is all set up with MCB. As you can see here, if I go back to my now Datapack folder, because MCB builds that all for you, I've got now my Minecraft tags and my functions folder with the tick and the load inside here, and the boomerang with the functions, tick, and load ready to go. Inside the data namespace functions folder, create a new file called boomerang.mc function. So what it's saying is it wants me to just create a new function called boomerang. And inside that, it wants me to do this code. I copied that exactly from right here. I just hit copy code. This command gives the player a stick item with the custom model data of 1 and the name boomerang. You can modify the item properties and name the suit to your preference. All right. Now we got to create the actual function. Now it wants us to create a new function called boomerang throw. And we're going to add these 2 lines of code to it. So I'm just going to hit copy, make the function boomerang throw, and paste those 2 lines of code. I'm just curious what's happening here. So execute as anybody holding a carrot on a stick with the custom model data 1. True. Then we're going to summon, All right, I can see what's going to happen here. Why? Okay, I see a lot of issues with this. Let's see why ChatGPT says to do this. The first command checks that the player has the boomerang in their hand and summons an item with the boomerang properties in their air above the player. The second command applies a small upward motion to the boomerang item to simulate its flight. A negative upwards motion. Negative. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what will happen. Step 4. Create the boomerang return function. Still inside the data namespace functions folder, create a new file called boomerang return. Open the file and add the following commands. All right, I'm going to add boomerang return. I'm going to copy these commands. I'm not doing anything. I'm not changing anything. So we're going to execute as the item boomerang. If it's located. Why? What? All right, I'm just going to read this to you guys. Execute as item boomerang. If it's located in the world at x minus 5, y 1, z minus 5, within a distance of 5 blocks in each direction. Sorry, 5 blocks in the positive of each direction, not negative. Then we're going to teleport that item to itself. We're going to teleport at S, because this is the item that we're still executing on, to the entity that is also an item, but the nearest item with the tag of boomerang. So we're teleporting itself to itself. That's what that line's doing. All right. Execute as the item. Unless there's a boomerang within 0.5. Oh, here we go. And we're adding a positive motion to it. Okay. Okay. But this line is doing nothing, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this does some magical code that I've never heard of before, especially since it only executes in like a 5x5 block area in the world. So, all right. The first command checks that the boomerang is within a specific range around the player. No, it doesn't. And teleports it back to the player's location. The second command applies a small downward motion. A positive motion, but it's downward. Okay? Okay. And now we got to create an advancement. We never tested anything with the advancement. What? So I just asked, why do I need the advancement? Okay. It's just copying out what it just told me above. Apologies for the confusion. The advancement is not necessary for creating a basic boomerang datapack. It can be used to track the player's progress or provide additional rewards or notifications related to the boomerang item. If you don't require those features, skip the advancement creation step. All right. Okay. So you're saying that datapack is done. This is our datapack, everyone. This is how we are going to create a boomerang in Minecraft. Yeah. Okay. All right, we've got the data pack in, we've got the resource pack on. Let's start with the first step / function boomerang. All right, that worked. That worked. I'll give the ChatGPT that. The give command did work. Yeah. Nothing's happening. We don't have the tick function being run. It's not doing anything. All right, I'm just gonna see if I can actually fix its functions. I'm not gonna add anything. I'm not gonna change anything really. I'm just gonna make its functions or the commands that it gave me run. And I think all I'm gonna do for that is take the functions out of here and throw them in here. Now the two functions it has is now running on a tick, unless it wants me to run the command throw and return separately. Okay, before I go too far, let's just see if it wants me to type these commands in manually. All right, function boomerang throw. Well, that's unfortunate. Selected item, just stick with the custom model data of 1. It should have summoned an item 1.5 blocks ahead of me with the pickup delay of, yeah, that should have worked. Oh, it's summoning air. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that ChatGPT is a far way off from making data packs in Minecraft. Let me see if I can get this boomerang data pack fixed up and working properly. I'm not going to use an item because when you teleport items on the ground, they get really, really glitchy. And we don't have a reliable motion command in Minecraft, so I can't really just have it slowly move in motion either. So I'm going to use an armor stand with a boomerang on top of it and do some teleporting magic. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do to actually make this a working boomerang data pack, I'm going to try to use ChatGPT's main code to actually make this function, but let's do get boomerang for now just so we actually have one. I'm going to make this a carrot on a stick instead of just a stick. Let's make this a little bit fancier with a little bit of color in the title. Let's make it unbreakable, and we're going to make the custom model data back to like 8001, just so that way it doesn't interfere with other data packs. On my load function, of course, I'm going to do a right click detection with a lub.rightClick Minecraft used carrot on a stick. So I'm going to grab this code here up until, I don't know, this summon line. And what we're going to do on the tick function is anybody who's holding a carrot on a stick with the custom model data 80,001, we are going to summon. We are going to make a block function here. We're going to play sound, a throw sound. I don't really care. Let's go for snowball throw. And we're just going to play that at our location. Then we're going to summon an armor stand. 1 block in front of us, 1 block up, and a little bit to the right. And we're going to give it this MBT data. It's going to be small, invisible. It's going to have the tag boomerang. We're going to disable all of its slots, and we're going to put a carrot on a stick with the custom model data of 80,001 on its head slot. And then we need to clear the boomerang from our hand. And that's going to be done with just a simple item replace entity command. We're going to replace our main hand with air. I'm going to actually remove these now because that's essentially the only thing I can use from ChatGPT's code, apparently. We are actually going to add an additional tag here. We're going to call this JS for just spawned. Now we're going to execute as an entity that is an armor stand with the tag of boomerang and a tag of just spawned at its location. And we're going to make sure we get its rotation from the player. That's going to be a data. That's going to be a data modify command. We're going to modify the entity's rotation value, and we're going to set that value from the nearest entity player. So it should be me because I'm the one spawning it in, and it should be spawning within 1 block of me. And I'm just going to grab my player's rotation. That sets its rotation. So we're going to take away the tag just spawned. That sets up the boomerang to start flying. Let's make a sweeping particle effect. Let's give it a little bit of sound. I know snow is one of the quieter blocks in the game, so I'm just going to use snow. It'll be a snow step sound, and then we're just going to teleport it forward 0.8 blocks per every single tick. We're going to add a dummy scoreboard objective called lub.timer1. On this armor stand, we're going to add 1 to that timer every single tick. Once 1.5 seconds have passed, I may adjust this depending on how far it actually goes. In theory, with it being 0.8 blocks every second, it should go about 22 blocks, which is probably not actually very much. Let's do 40. That should be like 32 blocks, I think. Now we're going to do run, and we want to teleport it facing the player, but technically there could be multiple players in the world at the same time. So I'm actually going to tag the player who threw it with the tag through boomerang. So we're going to execute facing the entity with the same tag, hello, through boomerang. And sure, let's face their eyes. We're going to TP this armor stand, again, 0.8 forward, with facing them. I got to add the @s. But we're also going to throw it to the left a little bit, so it kind of curves around. So let's go 0.2. That we'll see. Let's go 0.3. We'll see how far that goes. And now that's going to teleport back to the player after 2 seconds has elapsed. So now if there is a player with the tag through distance within 1 block of it, we're going to kill this armor stand. We're going to make a poof particle. We're going to play the pickup sound. We're going to give that player the carrot on stick. We're just going to give it the boomerang again. And we're going to make sure we remove that tag from it so that way it doesn't get multiple, or a new boomerang doesn't target it, or someone who also threw a boomerang, their boomerang doesn't go towards them, that kind of stuff. In theory, that should be a somewhat working boomerang. I do have to modify the resource pack to be a carrot on a stick. So let me get rid of that boomerang, refresh the resource pack, reload the data pack. All right, get the boomerang. I didn't do something. It's kind of working. What's going on? All right, let me read my code. What do I have? Do I have the tag? I have the tag through boomerang. Probably just my distance, because the distance actually goes toward your feet. So if I make this facing the player's feet instead, I'm just going to make this pick up a little bit. It should pick up now. Although, why didn't I get this back? All right, I'm adding the word say hi in here just to see if that block is actually being executed. It is not. So this entire block is not working. Because of this boomerang, that is probably my problem. All right, so I can get rid of the say hi. And I have to fix this up here. So if they have this carrot on a stick with custom model data of 80,001 selected, and their scores of lub.rightClick is 1 or more, then it will play it. I do also want to reset anyone who has the score of 1 for lub.rightClick back to 0 or nothing. Now, if I get this item and hold it, it doesn't throw anymore. If I right click it, it throws, and it should come back to me. I do want it to pivot out a bit more. So I will do 0.4, 0.2. I'm actually going to have it go to the left as well. So we're going to go minus 0.3 to the left when I throw it. Because when you throw a boomerang, it kind of curves around, right? So now if I actually throw this, okay, we're going to the right of where I said. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Let's keep that straight just so we can actually have a good target. Boom. Goes straight and comes back to me. But you'll notice it doesn't spin like a boomerang should, right? Well, let's fix that. Let me add another timer here. Probably use the same one, but I don't want to mess this stuff up here. So we're just going to do a second one, lub.timer 2. And what we're going to do is, so how I want to make the boomerang spin is I'm going to do an execute store command. So I'm going to execute store results in the entity's pose head. I think it's the first one. I think this, like, if I did 0, it'd be left to right. I think 1 is like a circle motion, the head spins, and then 2 would be forward and back. I might be wrong with that, but we're going to test number 1. We're going to store that as a, I don't even care. Half this time this doesn't matter. It probably does matter and I just don't know how to use it, but whatever. We're going to store the pose, and what we're going to do is run scoreboard players get at s lub dot timer 2. And that literally should be all I need. Let's see what happens. All right, that's it starts to, but then stops. No, I think it's just taking my rotation, so it's not even starting it. I'm gonna laugh. It's probably this. This probably needs to be a float because the pose head is a float value. Nah, I'm dumb. It's still... Alright, I'm going to try to grab its scoreboard for the timer. Okay, so it should be counting up, but it is not. I'm going to grab its head position. And grab its head position. Interesting. Right, I remember this being a quirky bug with armor stands. If you never gave it any pose position before it even spawned in, then it doesn't know where to add the actual pose from the scoreboard, because it can't actually detect any pose head 1 to put that scoreboard into. So now that I spawn it in with pose, I think we still aren't onto a winner. Alright, so it turns out it actually was moving. I was just being dumb. I have updated it so every tick it now rotates 5 degrees instead of 1 degree. It was just happening so slowly you couldn't actually see it happen. So let's see how 5 degrees looks now. Ready for this? Okay, I feel like we could still go faster. So maybe let's do 10 degrees. Boom. Ooh, I like the looks of that, but we can still go faster. Let's go 20. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Boomerang in Minecraft. And it'll always come back to you. Even if you run away from it. Now, I do want to give this boomerang some abilities just to make it a little bit better. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to make it not go through the ground. I probably should. Alright, let me get that going. Alright, so I added a couple block tags in. I got air and I got plants. And air is just, you know, cave air, void air, light, and air. Same thing I did with flashlights. But plants are leaves, replaceable plants, and flowers. So now in here, so unless it's got air or plants in front of it, it's not going to do anything. But if these both statements are true, there is no air and there is no plants in front of it, that means there is something solid in front of it, then it's going to add the tag go back. And if it has a tag go back, it's only going to run this block once. That's essentially just me making it so that it does this once. It's going to play the sound attack wooden door, which is just like a thud sound. We're going to have a little cloud particle, and we're going to set the timer of timer 1 to 40, so that way it starts executing this block here and starts teleporting it back to the player. Or if it's inside a block that matches the tag boomerang plants, again, it's leaves, replaceable plants, and flowers. And I wonder if I can add things like sugarcane and bamboo. Yeah, let's go for those ones. Then it's going to destroy that block. So it's not going to like set air on it or anything like that. I mean, it's technically what it's doing, but it's literally going to break the block. So it broke the sugarcane. It hits that. It hits water. It's going to turn back. Boom. Hits ground. It turns back. It's some leaves over here. Oh, that's epic. Like, boom. 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 Oh, yes. Okay, I really like that. Okay. There's 2 more things I want to do, and obviously I need to have a crafting recipe for it, but I also need to have it hurt mobs, right? It's a weapon too. So with that, I'm going to add another new folder here called Entity Types. And inside this folder, I'm just going to add the file mobs. And inside mob folder, we've just basically got all the mobs that are in the game. I added that so that way it doesn't target things like armor stands, item frames, items, all those kind of entities. It just targets living creatures. So we're going to have type is equal to hashtag boomerang mobs, and they have the MBT data of hurt times 0. So that means they haven't been damaged within 10 ticks of this exact moment in time, which means it won't hit them multiple times. Then we're going to run the block, and we're going to set the timer 1 of the nearest armor stand to 40, and we're going to run the damage command. I don't know what's a good amount of damage. 4 damage, 5 damage. Let's do 5 damage. Let's call this. Can I just do projectile? Mob projectile, sure. And it's going to be by the nearest player with the tag through boomerang. That should be it, I believe. All right, we got a husk in place, and it works. So this should be 4, maybe 5 hits. That's 3, 4, 5. Oh, it works, and I got the Monster Hunter achievement. Yes, the damage command lets you kind of take credit for it. That's pretty good. Awesome. I just have to do a crafting recipe, and our boomerang is complete. And should be as simple as that. Execute as item diamond with 2 oak slabs right near it, and give me the boomerang. So let me hit save. Let me hit reload. Let me grab this diamond. Let me grab these slabs, and we're going to throw this diamond and 2 slabs. Diamond, slabs. I don't know what I'm doing. I am missing a curly bracket here. That's all. All right. Diamond, 2 slabs. And we got our boomerang. Ow! Ow! Oh, I just realized something. Goodbye, forever. Yeah, if you have 2 boomerangs. Huh. Do I fix that, or do I just make it so you don't have 2 boomerangs? Fine, I'll fix it. Alright, so I think that was a pretty easy fix. I just added a scoreboard objective through boomerang, and every time you threw one, it added 1 to your score. So now instead of it targeting a player with a tag through boomerang, it's targeting a player with a score of through boomerang of 1 or more. So if you throw 3, then your score should be 3. I haven't tested this yet, so I'm just going off of what's in my head. Oh, I have tag here, so if I just take that tag, replace that with scores is equal to through boomerang 1 or more, then as we collect the boomerang, it just removes 1 from our score. In theory, that should work. So if I have all of these, we should get 8 back. Ready? Set. Throw. It works. I got 8 back. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, that was a pretty easy fix. I'm glad I actually fixed that. Alright, that is all I got time for in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys want to see more videos with ChatGPT, let me know some ideas down in the comment section below. But guys, most importantly, please do not forget to have a lovely day. Bye, guys.